Hey friends, I like video games and I also like talking to my friends on Discord. Now on Discord there are these things called bots. Bots are user-created applications that can be interacted with through chat. So one day I thought to myself, why not try to create a game for me and my friends on Discord using bots? There are already a number of Discord game bots out there, and if you've been on Discord for some time, I'm sure you're aware of them. I, however, wasn't satisfied with the complexity of any of these games. I wanted a real MMORPG experience, or something similar at least. So, about a month ago, I got started on planning and coding. The game is called Tower. You have one objective: ascend and reach the top. All of the known world exists inside the tower, with each floor containing vast regions to explore and enemies to be slain. No one knows what lies at the top of the tower, because no one has ever made it past the first few floors without dying. You are a lone ascender, starting with nothing but your naked fists on the first floor and determined to reach the top or die trying. As is usual for Discord bots, the game can be interacted with through a series of commands and arguments. The profile command shows an overview of your character, including level, health, XP, stats, and more. Using the floor command, you can see all regions on your current floor. Everyone starts out in slime fields. You can see more about your current region with the region command, such as discovered enemies or loot. The main command of the game is called Explore. Exploring will lead to randomly weighted encounters in your current region, such as finding enemies or loot. When you come across an enemy, you start a combat encounter. Coming up with a combat system that works and is fun in a text-based game was very challenging for me, but I eventually settled on turn-based combat, as it lets you control the flow of the combat without any pressure, and it allows for a lot of complex mechanics later down the line. Another factor of this is that the game doesn't require you to invest any immediate time into it. You can start a combat encounter and then leave for several hours and come back to finish it. There's no time limit. Using the attack command will give you a list of your current available attacks. This is based on your equipped weapons, unlocked skills, and more. Each attack also shows the corresponding damage and damage types. Tower has a variety of damage types, falling into two main categories. Physical damage types includes bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing, while elemental includes air, fire, water, earth, the usual. I plan to add more advanced damage types like void, light, dimensional, time magic, such things later on in the game. Every enemy you encounter will have certain strengths and weaknesses, so it's important to strategize and consider which attacks to use against which enemies. Certain damage types can also result in status effects, such as being on fire or being wet. You can use the enemy info command to see everything about your current enemy, their health, level, strengths and weaknesses, and attacks along with damage types. Once you perform an attack, a unique attack message will be displayed, including how much damage you dealt and the remaining health of your enemy. Now it's the enemy's turn. Enemy logic will choose which of its attacks do the most damage to you personally, with some margin of error, and choose that one. You'll see another unique attack message as well as your remaining health. This is the main gameplay loop in combat. Once you level up, you gain a stat point. You can put this stat point into one of four main stats. These stats not only give you passive buffs, but will also later be used to unlock certain things. The game heavily incentivizes that you focus on where you want to progress. Almost every activity in the game has an associated skill. Performing that activity causes the skill to gain XP and level up. For example, engaging in unarmed combat will lead that skill to slowly level up, unlocking new attacks and permanent buffs. By traveling to and exploring towns, you'll come across local merchants. Merchants sell you unique items that'll help in your progression. For example, you can buy weapons, food, or recipes that let you craft your own items. When you buy or craft equipment, you can apply it to one of your equipment slots. For example, equipping a sword will unlock attacks unique to swords and apply the damage bonus of the sword to all your attacks. So that's the current state of the game. I've been working on it for about a month now, and I can safely say it's the most challenging project I've ever undertaken. The scope of it feels insurmountable at times, so I try to break it into smaller steps. The immediate things I'm working on are dungeons and floor bosses. In order to ascend the tower, you need to complete 4 dungeons with chambers featuring enemies, puzzles, and a boss. Each boss drops a key fragment, and when you have all 4 key fragments, you can unlock the door to the next floor. I'm also working on guilds and parties. My plan for parties is that you can invite up to, say, 4 friends on the same floor to a party, and then you can enter dungeons together and do the combat together. So when you reach the boss of the dungeon, the combat will become multiplayer. So it's like turn-based combat, but all of the players take a turn in the party, and then the boss takes a turn. So that way it sort of incorporates the multiplayer aspects. Of course, the bosses will also scale with how many people you have in your party. I haven't yet begun working on magic at all. You might have noticed that was missing from the video, but that's because that's like the most important part to me, and I want magic to be really complex. So it's going to be its own category of progression in the game. I'm going to spend a lot of time making a lot of different aspects to magic, a lot of different like things to it that you can progress, skills, spells, unique powers, and so on and so on. There'll also be a lot of options for making unique items. I'm working on crafting as well. And you can mine and get wood, and there are lots of different types of ore. So like depending on how you craft items, you'll get different effects from them. There's also enhancement, which is sort of like enchanting, you guys know that. So you can get different enhancements for different items that produce different effects. So there'll be a lot of ways to combine things to get really unique and powerful items. As you probably noticed throughout the video, some things also have pixel art. Now, my goal for the game is to eventually make pixel art for all enemies and items. But I'm not an artist, so this is sort of just a challenge I've set myself. It's very outside of my comfort zone, and not an immediate priority. So pixel art might come later on. Outside of just combat alone, I generally have plans to expand the game with activities, fishing, mining, woodcutting. I really want to give the player a lot of options for how they can progress and engage with the game. I also really want to emphasize the multiplayer aspect, since this is on Discord. It's literally right there. So guilds, leaderboards, PvP, all sorts of cooperative things to encourage both cooperation and competition. But last and most importantly, I'm just excited to announce this to you guys. I haven't uploaded any videos on this channel for a really long time because it was mostly for animating, which I don't do a lot of anymore. I'm sort of focused on programming now. I've been doing this for a month, and I've been considering whether I wanted to make a sort of devlog series or something about this game to get it out there and get more people to see it. So yeah, I'm really happy to finally have made this video. If you guys want me to make a devlog series for this game where I make videos about new features and also go more into depth about the programming and the coding behind it, just like the video so that I know you guys are interested in that. Leave a comment. And last but not least, if you are interested in following the game on Discord, if you want to be part of the upcoming beta program, I'll be opening for beta testers so I can receive feedback and you guys can help find bugs. Then join this Discord server. There will also be a link in the description. And yeah, that's that. So I'll see you guys next time.